YouTube fam? This is your boy Jay Money here. Hope you guys had an excellent Christmas and New Year's. I'm late on those, I know. Could have at least made a community post. Wasn't thinking. Haven't made a video in 2 months. There was a deck profile that I should have put up 2 months ago. Big Marincess. Well, I mean, too much time has passed now. But yeah, that deck did way better than I expected. I went X1, so even went toe to toe with the Sword Soul player, and they won the dice roll. I should have actually won that match, but we went in the time. But anyway, whatever. You're not there for that. You were here for what I'm showing you today. The deck that I got showed. The last time I showcased this deck, I got second. This time I got first, and that is with Trickstar FTK with the new bag of tricks. Not necessarily new, just more refined, reworked things, more of a defined kind of build. You know, because when you just start stuff off, I even said in the first one, this, you know, that the build wasn't just the final build, and it still needed some things to be worked out. Now I worked some things out, and I still think the deck's perfect, but you know, I was good enough to where I got first amongst like some crazy stuff. And so maybe, is it good enough? I'll leave that for you guys to decide. So with that being said, let's go. Alright guys, you know the deal. We're going to start the profile off with the best card in the deck. 1 Candina, 2 Candina, 3 Spanish Candinas, 4 Candinas, 5 Candinas, 6 Candinas, 7 Candinas, and 8 Candinas. 8 Candinas thanks to Small World in this deck. Yeah. I hate the fact that you do have to neg one out of your hand. Like it's typically other Trickstars. It can be other targets. I do have other targets in here for Small World, so I don't have to give up my Trickstars all the time. But for now, this is not necessarily 9 Candinas. It's not like 3 stage, 3 terraforming, 3 Candina like it used to be. I mean, if we get Light Stage up to 2 at some point in the future, maybe we can get 9 again. But this is the best we can do until then. So yeah, I had no problem seeing access to Candina all day. Rare Lycurus, Ultimate Lycurus, Ultimate Lycurus. I want a third ulti. Nobody has it. It is what it is. I may have to just resort to buying it online. A Corbane, I'm debating on playing 2. It's still on the fence as to whether or not I want to play 2. Lilybell did very, very good. Actually, it did very good. This card became a lot more important during the tournament, especially in tandem with Corbane. When I had these two, if I really needed to do some like very good damage, especially with some of the side deck I'll show you about later, if you're really pressed and your opponent's like kind of stuffing you out, or if you're getting too close to a simplified game state and you're just really trying to push for damage, or close the gap because of time or something, this just boosts Lilybell to 2800 just automatically, and all that 2800, it goes straight to direct hits. Then on top of that, the Lilybell effect can put the Corbane right back in your hand, so your opponent kind of can't run it over for certain other things. Also, if Lyco is in hand, you could summon it, drop the Lilybell, swing again, swing Lyco. There's a lot of stuff going on. So yeah, Lilybell just, I don't know, I just found this out. Like, I just didn't know how important Lilybell is in tandem with Corbane in a simplified game state to really, it really puts massive pressure on the opponent. It makes it to where you don't have nearly as many turns as you think you do when you're getting hit 28 to the face and I'm getting resources back to boot. So, Ninth Shade, of course, in case I do have full combo still. So, this is all the Trickstar monsters. Weirdly enough, you don't see Narcissus anymore. I want to play it, but there's just other things. On to hand traps, we have one Veiler and 2 Nibs. These are my light targets for a small world. They're not fairies. They don't share anything else. If you open this and you're going first, you just banish it instead of another Trickstar monster. If you banish this, you can banish Veiler. They're both lights as well. But typically, you will end up just getting rid of like a Lycoris or something in exchange, in hand, in exchange for getting one of these. It's worth it still just to get Candina to your hand because Candina is too important. 3 Troll and Lockbird, obviously because we're playing Trickstars. Drill Reincarnation combo, only got it off once the entire tournament. So yeah, that's it. And then we got 1 Ash and 1 Phantasme. We really wanted to diversify our hand trap lineup, honestly. I wanted space for like 1 more hand trap, but just didn't have the space for it, unfortunately. I mean, technically I can make space for it, but you know, we're playing a bad deck currently. So, even though we got first. Spell cards, 3 of these, automatic. They get you to your links, they protect your links. That protection effect is very, very clutch. It comes in all the time, especially when you both are in simplified game states. And your opponent has to try twice to swing over a Holly Angel when there is a Lycoris on board with like Room of Nightmares or whatnot, or a Diva with a Room of Nightmare. It really makes it that much more difficult for your opponent to get over your stuff. Notice I'm saying simplified game state a lot today, and that is kind of the premise of the deck. It kind of just, it's not meant to absolutely just obliterate your opponent. I mean, if you go first and you have combo, sure, but if you're not going first, putting your opponent in like these more simplified game states is where you're trying to go. We got the 2 magical laurels. I cut Reborn because every time I saw Reborn I didn't want it. And Life Stage. Life Stage is really good for generating tokens and putting bodies and recovering past Trickstars from the graveyard. It's still just a very important addition to the deck. And what would the Trickstar FTK be without 3 Dark Room and triple Chain Summoning? What would Trickstar FTK be without these cards giving you 3 normal summons and full combo? There's this, cool. Now we only got 6 trap cards. We're on triple Reincarnation. This card didn't really... Honestly, this card wasn't as clutch as Lily Bell has been that whole tournament. I mean, it's good. It's just when every card in your opponent's hand is good, you know, Reincarnation isn't as good. There's not too much lynch points that you want to kind of hit. Like Sky Strikers, yes, 100%. And that will. Oh yeah, by the way, just want to go over my matchups real quick. My matchups were, it was a, what was it? It was, let's see, I know I played a Despia Shaddoll Dogmatica deck. That deck was kind of obnoxious, not gonna lie. Oh yeah, there was an Invoke package in there too. Flunderies was my last round opponent. DDDs, that's the one deck that I did not win against. We drew. And guess what? D-Arc actually came in on that guy, and yeah, we went into time. Of all the decks, DDD is the deck that I don't beat. Weird, right? And then the other deck, what was it? I forget what the other deck was. It was it sucks not being able to remember what deck this guy was playing. Oh man, it's gonna kill me for a while. I'm not knowing what that guy was playing. Like all the decks were like decent. Like the worst deck I played was DDDs, and that's a deck that I didn't beat. It's insane, but whatever, man. Goes a match. These cards still performs. Why is this card still at 3 copies per deck? I don't know. Rivalry Warlords right now is not good because everything is monotype, but there are all these different attributes being Flunderies and Sword Souls and Prank Kids and all these other juicy things. Now, if you're going against like a truly monotype mono attribute deck like Phantom Knight or like Drytron and stuff, then you're kind of SOL. But I have something for that, and it is not TCBoo, which actually the Despia Shaddoll kind of guy was on, and I thought I would kind of just lose to it. But that was one of those games where Lilybell Corbane kind of just clutched me, and it was just kind of just, oof. I mean, I guess I could just do 28 all day. But yes. I have something for it on the side, but, you know, side stuff, you know, Field Center still, tokens, cool. Alright, on to the extra deck. Hasn't really changed too much. 3 Trickstar Blooms. Card does not once per turn. I've actually used its effect against the DDD player. Trying to put his points down as low as humanly possible. I made Bloom, made him draw 1. He took damage from... I had Room of Nightmare on the board. I had Lycanroc on the board. Made a second Bloom, did it again. Used the first, the Bloom that was underneath, crashed, so the Bloom up top could do extra burn damage. Yeah, I went there, and it worked. 3 Divas, I went into this a lot more, because simplified game states. Alti Art Holly Angel, and OG Art Holly Angel. There we go. These are still the 3 ofs that you're playing. Notice I didn't have Extrav in my deck either. They got replaced with Small Worlds because Extravs was there to try and get into Candina, and oftentimes you just still didn't get into Candina. So, yep. But at least Small World kind of guarantees it now. 1 Crimson Heart, still need to play it. This, you only play it if there's something that you really can't get over, which is almost not that often because Corbane is in the deck. 1 Foxy Glove Witch. One of this, I never use this anymore. I need to cut this for a second Foxy Glove Witch, so I will definitely work on getting a second copy. And 2 Bella Madonnas because a lot of times, not even a lot of times, but the second one can come up. If the first one dies, the second one can come up. So that's if you have, and I've made it a couple times. Again, never full comboed even once. But, you know, it was just like over the course of a game, I would just go into it and just kind of really put my opponent under some pressure. Alright, now, here's what it was kind of the game changer for me, guys. The side deck is what really gets it. Side deck gets a lot of the credit. So, I actually put Extrav in the side deck because at this point, you know, I'm just like, you know, doing the burn is funny and all that. But if there's some things if there's quite a few cards I need to side in, the Dark Rooms come out. The Chain Summonings can stay because, you know, it just still gets me a lot of advantage at the end of the day. But Rooms come out, other things just come out, and Extravs come in, and other side things. So these allow me to see more of my side. So let's get to some more of it. We got 2-dimensional barrier because we want to call whatever we want and pass our opponent's turn outside of links. 1 Sanctum, 2 Sanctum, no 3 Sanctum, but 1 Scythe. I wanted to diversify my turn skips essentially. So 2 barrier, 2 Sanctum. I never wanted to see more than 1 Sanctum in my opening hand because after the first one, like the rest are dead. So I did subsequent the other one for like the other barriers. 1, 2, 3 Solemn Judgments. These should have been Solemn Strikes. And the reason why I wanted them to be Strikes is because with Strike you can more confidently play into a board. You can play into a board way better when you have Strikes versus Judgment. But I couldn't find my Strikes, at least not in time. But at the very least, Judgment is very good at countering side deck. So it was good there. It stopped spells and traps. Yeah, there's not really too much to say. 3 heavy storm dusters still. I swear, man, this card still performs when it is sided, of course, because it's like sometimes Light Sage is just not enough. Sometimes you need the extra oomph to really just start clearing some back row. Heavy Storm Duster still performs to this day. It is insane how much it performs. And the MVP, guys, double summon limit. Yet another card that should not be at 3 copies per deck. Jesus Christ, man, these turn skips, man. Like this card, the decks that I would side the Gozen Match out on because they're just mono attribute, I would just side the summon limits in, and it would just work. And if I have full combo turn 1 and set the summon limit, it is 100% GD. But if I don't, and I just have the Candina, and you know we're playing a simplified game state at this point, but Trickstars and simplified game states kind of just win against other decks. Because you're just on a clock, you know, when it comes to, again, Lilybell and Corbane, especially under Summon Limit, it's insane. Just too many people will just play into it, and they just... I can't say that people don't respect this card, because this card is just still... The fact that it counts summons while it's set is it's highly obnoxious. Don't know why that's there. Again, another card that shouldn't be a 3. Cards like these need to kind of get addressed because I won way too many games because the summon limit was just there, and my opponent just kind of can't summon, and their opponent just happens to be playing a Trickstar deck that will just kind of just shit all over them the next turn. But yeah, this is it, guys. This is what got first place for me. So yeah, that's a lot of trap cards. Notice that there isn't really too much going second stuff here. That's because the main deck kind of does it for me. So yeah, that's it, guys. That's it. All right, that is the deck profile. That is what you guys think about that? I mean, there's some. I swear, man, when I get to a point where I don't know, every time the magic words, man. When I go to locals and I say, you know what, honestly, I expect to just go X4 or whatnot, or just lose every single match. I just do the opposite, or I do way, way better than I anticipated. A lot of things overperformed. Again, those small worlds, giving us 8 copies of Candina, not necessarily 9. Well, maybe we can get another Light Stage so we can make it 9. But yeah, there's just no complaints, honestly. Can the deck be better? I think so. Trickstars as a deck can be better. I just like to burn my opponent and do crazy stuff because it is a super combo-esque kind of line of play, which I love to do. I love to just combos, so that is just something I choose to run with, and it worked. Did I ever get full combo off? Not once, but I really didn't need to. So luckily, I'm now confident enough with the deck to where if I don't FTK or if I don't have the full combo, I don't just outright lose and all that mess. And you know, as I said before, the first time it wasn't refined or fine-tuned, and you know, I spent a little bit more time with it since and got it worked on. Ah man, I haven't said this in a while, but Rogue will never go meta. Meta will always go Rogue. Rogue just gets in there and just does his thing. And yeah, be on the lookout in the future, guys. I know for a while ago I was on a Thunder craze, and I still kind of am. I need to do something with those decks, at least post them or whatnot. You know, like the Shaddoll Thunder, the Monster Mash Thunder, the Frank Kid stuff, like all these different Thunders. I gotta start working on with that. But now I'm starting to get a water craze, so I'm gonna start playing all these water decks in the near future, so look out for that as well. But with that being said, guys, that is it from me. Thank you guys for sticking with me, being patient with me. The season has finally died down, so I actually will get to upload more. Thank God. But anyway, I'm going to get out of you guys' hair for now. So, thank you guys so much for watching. This is Jay Money, and I am signing out.